Melania Trump's cold stroke on Donald Trump's arm compared to Jill Biden's hug for her husband Joe Biden after the first presidential debate has sent social media users into meltdown. The first live U.S. election debate took place on Tuesday night and ended with the candidates' wives coming on stage to congratulate their husbands. But Melania Trump's greeting to the president has been called cold and reluctant by online viewers. The First Lady took to the stage after the debate was over and appeared to stroke Mr. Trump's arm. President Trump then also stroked his wife's arm multiple times. But when Jill Biden walked on stage, she greeted her husband with a long hug. Ms. Biden also wore a face mask as she approached the debate stage. The contrasting embraces has sent social media users into meltdown. The American actress Robin Lee tweeted, "Look at how Jill Biden loves her husband and hugs him, and look how the other woman is a cold, reluctant fish." Another viewer responded, "I actually was watching this too. Trump actually waved her away when she came up to him at first, and then Jill hugged Joe, and then he tried to match it by reaching out for Melania's hand. What a phony." While another user agreed, "I noted that too." One Twitter user claimed the president tried to imitate the Biden's affection. He wrote, "As soon as Joe and Jill embrace, you can see Trump whisper to Melania, 'Oh, we should show some kind of affection,' and holds each other's hand." Some Twitter users sympathized with the First Lady and claimed, "Melania is a different person when he isn't around." Melania Trump's awkward greeting with husband Donald Trump after the first 2020 presidential debate has sent Twitter into a frenzy. The First Lady and U.S. President have made headlines on countless occasions since coming into office, with viewers in the past sharing clips of snubs and horrified looks between the pair. Now, a new video has gone viral from the U.S. presidential debate last night, September 29. The clip shows Melania, 50, greeting her husband with a very formal handshake. The U.S. president glances at his wife and quickly looks away before the pair turn to the camera for a snap. Meanwhile, Republican candidate Joe Biden is seen embracing his wife with a warm hug. Videos of the moment have racked up hundreds of thousands of views in a matter of hours on Twitter. One viewer said, "It appeared as though they were acquaintances, not a loving couple." Another one commented that Mrs. Trump showed no emotion at all. But others claimed what Melania did was appropriate for the event. One said, "Melania showed decorum. It is how I would act under the same circumstances." The uncomfortable moment between the married couple came after Melania was seen dodging kisses from her husband at a campaign speech in North Carolina last month. She moved her face to the side and went for a kiss on the cheek after Mr. Trump delivered his speech on the stage. The First Lady was also previously spotted swatting Mr. Trump's hands away while they disembarked Air Force One. Jill Biden kept her mask on even when she went to kiss her husband after the presidential debate last night, while Melania Trump was bare-faced for her end-of-the-night appearance. The Democratic nominee's wife wore her dark green face covering when she took the stage at the end of the evening, complying with the coronavirus rules for the few dozen audience members allowed to attend in person. First Lady Melania Trump and the president's children Eric, Donald Jr., Tiffany and Ivanka were wearing masks when they arrived at the Cleveland debate venue, but were later pictured watching the contest with their faces bare. Melania kept her mask off at the end despite being a more consistent advocate of mask wearing than the president, who last night mocked Joe Biden for wearing the biggest mask I've ever seen. The Trump family had posed in their masks when they arrived for the debate, but several of them were bare-faced before the contest began. At one stage, Melania still had her mask on while Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany and Donald Jr. had taken theirs off, but the First Lady subsequently took hers off too. Meanwhile Melania, 50, wore a $3,340 figure-flattering pinstripe suit from one of her favorite designers, Dolce & Gabbana. The First Lady opted for a disposable white face covering to match the white button-up that she wore under her suit. Ivanka wore a mask with a floral design but took it off as she took her seat next to Melania, while there was no sign of the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner. The president's family boarded Air Force One at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland as they headed to Ohio for the debate.